Hey, good evening, y'all. Welcome back to the Hope Shot. Tonight is supposed to be Addiction to Success, but we are going to do something different tonight. And I think it's going to be exciting. I don't know, but we have some ideas. And if you guys are just jumping on, hit it, comment, let us know you're here. Say what's up. Please share this video. Most of y'all know what to do already. Johnny's going to read the clarity statement real quick. You have to unmute yourself, Johnny.
All right. What's up, family? Okay, so the Hope Shot clarity statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common: recovery as a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. Thank you for being a part of our family.
Thanks, Johnny. So we got Mike on here. What's up, Mike? Let's see, we got Joseph. What's up, Joseph? We got Misty, James. What's up, Jamie? Dustin, Allie, and Pam. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Hope Shot. So Johnny, you want to ask them what we're trying to do tonight and maybe get some responses?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. So tonight we were kind of struggling on what to do because we had an issue with the addiction to success. So we're going to just freestyle tonight. And me and Justin talked earlier, and Mike. And so we brought up the idea of dropping a link into the comments. And if you guys want to join and maybe share a little bit on what our topic is going to be. And so our topic could be relationships. It could be anything. Why don't you guys, whatever you feel like you're grooving on right now, drop it in the link and we'll agree on something and bring some people in and we can chat about it.
Yeah. So it's either you want to hear us talk or we're going to drop the link and get you guys to come on here with us. So who wants to come on right now with us? You know what? Surprise me. I'm just going to drop the link in the chat and my phones are ringing. And
everyone's doing their hair and stuff right now.
Yeah, especially you, bro.
Dude, you think this just happens, Justin? Do you think like I wake up like this?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
I wish I just woke up like that. Let's see. Boom. Let's paste it and then I'll send it in. Boom. All you gotta do is click the link, put your name in it, man, and sign up, and then come on to the chat. It'd be cool, man, to get you guys on here real quick and let's talk.
You guys can kind of bring up a topic or whatever's going on with you, or whatever you want to do.
Or where you're at, if you're struggling, whatever it looks like.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get them on here.
Or we could talk about relationships.
Well, so hey, Mike, how was your weekend, man? What's up? Anything new? Anything old?
Did a little self-care this weekend. Actually went away with the wife with no kids or animals, and it's probably the first time, honestly, we've done it in 5 years, 4 years. It's been way overdue, man. So I had a deck overlooking St. Augustine Beach, and it was phenomenal. It was much needed. I talk to these guys all the time. Like it's not really about the bear in the woods. It's the mosquitoes, that get to you. See you, Dustin.
So happy anniversary, Mike. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to your wife.
Yes.
Thank you. So I don't know, man. It was really about taking care of the mosquito bites, like the day-to-day stuff that just kind of gets to you and you're not really taking care of, man. And it was really good to get away. First time I shut my phone off, and probably since I got sober, maybe ever, by choice. So yeah, it was awesome. It was really cool.
All right, let's see. Anybody want to come on? Listen, I posted a link. If you guys just jumping on, I posted a link in the chat. If you guys want to come on here and let's talk a little bit about, any kind of topic, man, where you're at, what are you struggling with, anything, let's come on here and bullshit with us. It'd be cool. Any takers?
We could talk a little bit about our weekend, right?
Yeah, or we could just talk about relationships.
I want Johnny to talk about relationships.
Yeah. Talk about your weekend, Johnny.
I have.
Oh, no, that's why I want you to talk about it. I know more than most. Trust me.
Johnny, what
I
happened this
never
weekend?
thought I would be in a position in my life to say that either.
Me either. That's two of us.
It's pretty freaking cool, man.
It's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
How was your weekend, Johnny? What happened?
It was all right. It was kind of boring. I'm just kidding. It was
Damn,
amazing.
bro. Say
Yeah.
like that.
Most people who watched us on Sunday night know that we went on a board getaway together, the Hope Shot, for a planning session, and just to do some self-care, man, and get plugged in with each other and get plugged in with our foundation and our building and stuff. So it was really cool. It went off without a hitch. It was beautiful, man. It really everything, because going into things like this, how's it going to look? Is everything going to vibe right? Are we going to be able to do the work that we need to do when we come here and not just clown off? And we really had an amazing time, man. We got to do all the work and then some of what we planned, and we had a great time at the same time. Here's my lovely wife.
Oh man, she's gonna make her Hope Shot day. Oh, we got a winner, man. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
All right, brother.
Doing all right. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got going on, man? You want to talk about a topic?
I've been feeling gratitude like all day. This morning I woke up and I went on my memories. And I seen something that I posted 3 years ago. I had 18 months at the time and I ended up going back out. And I'm grateful for where I'm at today, right? I'm almost going to celebrate 2 years,
Yeah.
I've achieved things in this past, 18 months that I never achieved before, through God's grace. I'm willing, right? Like I'm able to do things that I never thought, like jumping on this podcast, right? Like I'm kind of nervous, but like I like sharing my experience, my strength, my hope, that was kind of like what I was thinking.
It's cool that you're jumping on here, man. Listen, we might make it seem like this is, something we're used to, but doing this, man, when we first started, it was not. It was such a. And
it still can be at times.
And it still can be. And but the one thing that is good about this, you jumping on right now, man, you just freaking jumped over into that fear mode, man. Just you broke through that fear barrier, and like every time we do that. It releases us, man. It frees us, man, more and more. Every time I do this, I get freed more and more. Like I still have days where I'm like fearful, go on here and spread hope and inspiration and all that. Because sometimes, man, we can get in our head about I ain't got nothing to offer, but that's bull crap. It's
yours, man. I had about a year and a half my first go around, and I was about. Yeah, recovery and everything. Got all my stuff back real quick, and I went back out. And now I'm coming up on 7 years, man. But at that time, I had I needed that. I needed to go back out at that time. I needed to get my ass kicked because, just like you said, the things that have happened in my life in the last 7 years are unbelievable. I never ever thought once they would be possible in my life, and they just continue to grow. So I feel you, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I've learned over time, man. Gratitude, it's a lifestyle. It really is. It changes your perceptions all day, every day. And when I got here, I didn't know that I had a choice every day of how I was going to perceive the world around me. And gratitude is the meal ticket, bro. Good to hear from you, James.
Yeah, thanks, James, for coming on. Hey, we got a new one. We got another winner. We got Chuck, man. What's up, Chuck? How are you?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
All right,
man. Thanks for coming on, man. You got something you want to talk about? Want to get off your chest? You want to any topic?
I just want to say I'm grateful. I got my sister here. She's not in recovery, but I'm just happy to be here. This first time I'm here on this Hope Shot, and it seems really cool. And I don't know, man. I'm just grateful, man, to be clean. I had a 10-day slip a while back, and I went to treatment for like 41 days. And I work at a rehab as a tech, so they held my job for me. it definitely keeps it green for me, but I was using my job to keep me clean, but now I'm working a program recovery and I'm excited about it, and
Nice, Chuck.
I'm just trying to stay in the solution, man,
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
So.
That's a slippery slope that we've all, I work in the field too. So does Mike. And if you don't take care of yourself, you're a goner. It's really just that simple.
And really learning just to differentiate between the two,
Right.
Big time.
Yeah, and we can get so caught up with jobs and helping people that we lose ourselves in the process, and using that as a way out of not having to look at ourselves.
Right.
Look what I'm doing. You see what I'm doing over here, and that's so bad, and that's something good night. That's something I want to keep myself in check because I'm new to this stuff too, man. We're all just here trying to learn,
Right.
It's the same adage, Justin. When I'm doing things for other people, man, I'm still living an ego. Like it doesn't, I'm doing everything for the wrong reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
That's awesome.
Thanks for coming, Chuck.
Yep. All right. Anybody else want to come on? Anybody? We got
I won't mention names, but I told one or two people and they got all scared. Not tonight. I was like,
I didn't do my hair.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we can keep it going, man, with the topic. What do you guys want to talk about? You want to do relationships, or do you want to keep it off that?
We could do relationships. Mike, you want to kind of lead it and I'll bite off of it, or?
Yeah, I guess we can go there if there's not many people willing to jump on. So a lot of mine, obviously, first year and even before that, bro, I was just getting with somebody because they were filling a need, and I was bringing nothing to the table at all, like literally nothing, right? So I would judge myself based on how good looking the girl on my arm was, and I was still playing the world like chess pieces. Like I needed this person to be here, I needed this person to do this for me, but it was never about what I was giving back at all, right? So a lot of us get into recovery, man. Like we don't know ourselves, we don't love ourselves, but we expect other people to love us when we have no idea who we are. And I did all that, you know what I mean? Johnny did all that. We can't speak for Justin. I hope he didn't. But we went through that, man. And one of the things, and one of the really high relapse rates are over people breaking up and relationships and not being able to emotionally handle it. Because I'm putting all my stock into one person. I'm expecting us to have the same purpose instead of both having separate purposes and just walking aligned, right? So, I always dated the wrong way, and I had to get in the worst relationship of my life, which ended up being my best teacher, because I found out how codependent I was. I found out how insecure I was. I had no idea what confidence was at the time. And this is probably at 3 years sober. I had no idea, right? And I tried to avoid relationships a little bit before that, but you really want to find out where you're at, man. Get yourself in a relationship, and a lot of stuff's going to come up for you really quickly, right? So like any other thing in life, I have two choices when things when things don't work out. I can sit in the victim of circumstance role, or I can learn from this experience and hit it head on, So I jumped right in, man, and I did all the work on the insecurities, the codependency. I was extremely passive. I was, all kinds of stuff came up that I didn't even know was in me. And what started to happen is I started to really understand myself better and what my motives are, but with dating, in reality. And then, eventually I was able to attract what I'm projecting, right? I was always getting these, the drama, the codependent, all this stuff. And I had no idea that was the same energy I was putting out in the world, right? So it's like, you attract what you project in life. So I had to show up differently, which I did finally. And, before I would have never attracted my wife. It would not have happened the way I was acting. It wouldn't have. And I would have found a way to burn it down through jealousy, through insecurity, through not being able to trust people, all this stuff that I really had to work on, man. And now, like, I get to look at it now. I'm in a relationship where I have never had the need to look at her phone, and vice versa. That does not exist in our relationship. I will put my phone on the table anytime she wants to see it. And to this point, we've been together 4 years married, and we were together 2 years before that. So we've been together for 6 years, man. We've never looked at each other's phone. We don't question where each other is at. Like, I've never had a trust like that in a relationship, man. And I had to do a lot of work to get to that point. You know what I mean? Once I got into the relationship, then I had to reprioritize, right? Because sex was always number one. Everything else was 2, 3, 4, and 5. And, and my ego would get hurt. And I had to really do a lot of work on my priorities in a relationship. And I'm glad I did, because I like I said, I would have thrown this relationship away by now. You know what I mean? So I'll let Johnny pick up there. And if you,
that was great, man. And, from, not everybody, of course, but Mike, I'm a product of Mike's sponsorship tree, and Mike's been my sponsor for 10 years. So he's watched me go up and down and up and down. So I have done the work also, and have been through, drug myself through a mess of, what I thought a relationship was supposed to look like early on. With absolutely no frame of reference, because I was told early on, like, dude, look at your track record. You have never in your life as an adult male had a successful relationship. And I had to take a look at the dynamics of what my mind and what I processed as what a relationship looked like. And it was selfish and self-centered. And like Mike said, I needed everybody else to see how the girl on my arm looked, and it was disgusting, man. And to be honest, it was a while before I was able to take a look at that, before I was really willing to take a look at that. My first time around in sobriety in a year and a half was I'd like to call it my learning stage.
That's a good
got my ass kicked, and I went back out and got high over stuff related to relationships and everything else, and ego.
I'm so glad we can laugh at that kind of stuff now, man.
Yeah. And I knew coming back into this thing, coming back into recovery, that some things had to change if I wanted to stay sober. Because, again, my track record shows, like, hey, I've gotten sober, 100 times in 10 years, but I could never stay sober, man. And that was one of the root issues, along with some others and some trauma. But I got to work through all this stuff, man. And you guys know Lisa's my wife, and she came back into my life again, and I was sober for about a year and some months, and she was just getting sober, and I had to navigate that carefully also. I already knew from doing the work, even before she came around, I was already engaging in this work with Mike, just because, and some other people, with some men. I surrounded myself with some men. I always say this, man, and it was so important to me, and it still is today in my life, is I had to surround myself with men who were first successful in recovery, successful in life, in business, and in relationships. Those were the things that I was lacking in everywhere, and as awkward as it was for me in the beginning, I surrounded myself with guys and I didn't do that the first time around, and hence, where I wound up. But this time I did, and it was awkward. And I began to learn, and I began to, see how different people acted and moved. And I got to learn, the stuff that Mike touched on, like, is this my ego, or is this, what are my intentions going into stuff like this, So yeah, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for the process. I'm grateful that, not only in my relationship with my wife, but, this has taught me how to become a son, which I never was, a brother, an uncle. These things, man, that I lacked my whole life. I was 38 when I made it here, so I was just a total mess. And through the process, through doing this work, I'm able to have those relationships today, man. It's crazy. I have a relationship with the mayor, the chief of police, all these different people in the community, and it's just something that I thought was going to be valid in my life, and it is today due to recovery. So that's kind of my take on it, man.
Well, yeah, man. I liked what Mike was saying, the whole phone thing, bro. Like, that's important. That is important. I don't care what anybody says, but like, not in like my tendencies from old experiences wants to come into new relationships all the freaking time. So like I stop myself, like, stop, that's dumb. Like, like, it happens all the time. Like, and I don't mean to, but it's just my old thinking, because my whole life, man, I've never seen a healthy relationship. I've never seen anything healthy my whole existence. My mom and my dad, that was an unhealthy, toxic relationship. My mom and my freaking stepdad was a toxic relationship all the way through my whole life. So I didn't have anybody to learn off of, but what actually a healthy relationship of a man, a husband and wife are, or brother and sister. Like, we, sometimes, man, my whole family doesn't have good relationships. I'm learning what relationships are and how to be a good anything, because I was never good at anything as far as being trustworthy or honest or have integrity or saying what I'm going to do, following through. I was never good at any of those things. And through doing this now, I'm learning what those things are. I'm learning what compromise is, not doing what Justin wants on a daily basis. And if it doesn't fit my agenda, it's not going to work for me, because I was that guy. And I'd always bring my old relationship into the new relationship, just repeating itself like a cycle. And it I always ruin them, and I seen that in my relationship now. And it took a lot of work, man. It was a tit for tat relationship until I found the recovery. And now I want to, they taught me, men taught me, people taught me how to change those things to where it's communication. I mean, no matter what relationship you're in, not just with your wife, significant other, but it's all kinds of relationship. Communication is the key to having a successful relationship and everywhere you go throughout your life. And like, I had to learn how to communicate well, because I sucked at communication. I would bottle stuff up. I would hold it in. I wouldn't tell you if I felt some type of way about you. I would hold it in, let it freaking build up until I'm this freaking just a mess, and you have no clue what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? Like, it could take just one simple freaking word, one simple sentence to tell you exactly how I'm feeling, and everything would change. And I wouldn't have to sit in my shit for so long. And it happens more times than not, I'll tell you right now, and Johnny knows that.
And what it is we attack people when we let stuff build up, and that was my MO,
So
Yeah.
a lot of the fighting and the arguing and all this stuff that I used to, go through in relationships, most of it came from me trying to control the person. They weren't doing what I thought they should be doing or saying what I thought they should be saying. A lot of it came from my own insecurities, which I over and over again failed to, really take in and become friends with, which is one of the best things I've ever done, and then really just being sensitive. Like,
Oof.
there's so much sensitivity with me and honestly with the people I was with also, and we just created this dynamic where we were always pissing each other off, but we were so codependent that I can't be without this person. But I'd rather sit in misery and argue every freaking day, so I'm not alone. And that was a huge part of it. Justin already said, man, a lot of it's communication. You know what I mean? I've seen, and I'm not going to go on a huge tangent here, but I've seen text messaging ruin a lot of relationships because people don't know the tones that people are saying things with. Dude, we used to get in
Messages are the worst.
one of my first rules in my now marriage was, we're not going to text back and forth all day. Let's have phone conversations. You know what I mean? I got other stuff, that's going on, and I don't want to sit there and question what your meaning is, And to touch on, something that Johnny said about, like, if I can't be honest with myself, I can't be honest with anybody else. I can't. I'll expect that, right? But I'm never willing to look in the mirror, and in any relationship in general, where I'm at today, where I didn't used to be, is I am 100% willing to cut toxicity out of my life. I don't care if you are my dad. I don't care if you're my sister. I don't care who you are. If it's toxic, man, I got no problem cutting it off. And I kind of go by this 50-50 rule, man. I try not to put in over 50% of effort in any relationship in my life. And because I was always the 90%er, always, you know what I mean? And what ended up happening was I would end up chasing people, family included, and eventually I would get hurt because no one's matching Mike's effort. Right. So I'm sitting here with resentments, not knowing how much control I actually had in the scenario.
We got somebody on.
Do it.
Talk about
Hey,
relationships.
Allie.
Allie,
Hey,
what's up?
hello.
Hi.
How are y'all?
She was hitting
Good.
us up from the outside, saying hello.
Yeah, I'm still in Facebook jail for like 10 more days.
That's awesome. Hey, Johnny, she wants to see your shirt, bro. Sorry, Mike.
What?
Yeah, Johnny's shirt, dude. It's freaking dope.
Where did you get that?
I can't tell.
Aw.
Damn.
It's a site called In the AM. It's like an electronic music raver kind of site. They sell all kinds of cool, really, really cool shirts.
Yeah, I like that.
Gave away my secret too.
Hey, Allie, man, what you got on relationships? I'm gonna put you on the big screen.
So I don't really have anything on like, well, I guess it would be kind of relationships, but I don't know if you guys remember I was telling you about my brother.
That 100%. I remember.
So I don't want to cry, but they called today and I had to like tell him like you can't come here. And kind of like stand my ground, but like more or less for him, so he's able to be an adult, like, and to do things on his to do things on his own. And then like I kind of had like an argument with my mom because she's like, I want him to come there. He's gonna have no place to go. But I tried to explain to her like we're more or less enabling him every time he comes out of jail. We let him come back. We have a place for him to live. We buy him cigarettes. And that's why he keeps relapsing. And like, I'm so serious about my sobriety this time that I don't want to bring him in here and then we relapse again, because that's all we've ever known was using together.
Dude, we are super fucking proud of you, first of all.
Thank you. You guys helped me with that. So
listen, that is going to be, it could be the first day of the rest of your life. Just like we were just talking about. You have absolutely, that's the only control you have. Create your boundaries. Do your deal. Protect yourself and your recovery. Anything else doesn't matter. Your brother's going to figure it out. He's going to have no other choice to finally figure it out, or not. But that's not on you.
And I was told early on, man, I have no business keeping people from hitting their bottom. And I understand fully that bottoms are different than what they used to be, but at the same time, the same thing applies. You know what I mean? Because I will enable everybody, until and Johnny, if you don't mind me sharing this, it was different when Johnny was relapsing. Man, I put Johnny on my couch, right? Because I knew Johnny was serious, and as we're best friends. We work together, and I straight up, if Johnny was going to relapse and he would relapse at my house, I'd have kicked his ass out, because I can't save him. We can't save anybody. People have to be willing to want to save themselves at some point. It doesn't mean that I can't have a hand outreach and say, hey, when you're ready, let me know. Right? I can support in that way without having to take it on. But I appreciate you sharing that, Allie. That's awesome.
The best thing
thank you
that
guys.
ever
I appreciate it.
The best thing that ever happened to me was my family finally cut me off.
And that's what I used, like,
Done.
when I told my mom, I was like, I came to this group. I let them know. And the one guy had said, every time he got out of jail or prison, he had a place to go. So he kept using. He kept doing the same thing. So, like, I know for me, I had to be homeless in order for me to really hit my bottom. So maybe that's what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm. When I
It
went
definitely
to jail,
wasn't easy, but you guys helped me, and I feel a lot better now that I got it off my chest.
It's beautiful.
And that's what it's about is getting it off your chest, is talking to somebody else. Because my best thinking got me exactly where I am right now. And sometimes I don't know my own boundaries. Like literally I have to talk to Johnny or Mike or whoever to say, hey man, this is what's going on. You know, I don't know what to do, and taking their suggestion and running with it, no matter how much it hurts, no matter, because if I never hit my bottom, I would never be here. If somebody always rescued me, where would we all be? You know what I mean? Like sometimes we don't need to be rescued. We'll be rescued later on when the time is right, when we hit the bottom, and then, you know, we have to rescue ourselves, you know,
Exactly.
and, you know, and knowing your boundaries and what you are capable and what you're not capable of doing, you got to be to thy own self be true, period. You know?
Yeah, and it makes it a lot harder when you're used to always being the caretaker, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I get it, but you know, you're in recovery yourself. The most important thing for you to do is going to be protect yourself at all costs. You know, and you already know what the outcome of letting him come home and stay at your house is going to be. So something different is going to produce different results. You know, no one knows what they're going to look like, but either way, you're safe and protected, and he'll have an opportunity to take responsibility for his life or not. You know,
Yeah.
I got tired, man. I got tired. And you know, when my family cut me off, it still took me 7 years of flopping before I was like, I need to do something different. You know?
Yeah. And what you find is when you start doing anything right, people come back. People want to support you if you're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? So I really think that's what your brother's going to find the minute he actually reaches out and says, I want to change my life. I want to change this cycle. You know what I mean? And then Allie, you're going to be one of the best people to help him at that point. You know,
As an example,
right?
Not
Yeah,
as
and that's what
buddy.
I figured. I'll probably be the bad person now, but in the end,
oh, you will.
when he gets clean and realizes, like, he'll come back and be like, you know what, I appreciate what you did for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we hold on to this, you know. So when it happens for real in our life, and everybody does cut us off, we use that. We use whatever we want to. Oh, I can't believe it's family, bro. They cut me off. And years later, when I got sober, I went back to my mother. Thank God I had the opportunity, and I said, "Man, I get it, and I fucking love you, man, because that's exactly what I needed." And I couldn't see it at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't need to see it at the time. I needed to figure it out, you know?
My family saved my life by cutting me off.
Yes.
They really did. I tell my mom that all the time, who now moved from Pennsylvania, lives 2 blocks from me, and I see her every day. And she didn't talk to me for 3 months, I think. Best thing she could have done.
I still have family that's my brother and my sister. They're, you know, not my sister, but my brother, he's still out there. And I have to have boundaries with them on what I'll allow into my life, because I don't know when it will be a good day. You know what I mean? I might be strong. I might be like, yeah, I got this shield of recovery, you know, but eventually, man, I'm going to have a bad day. And what happens that bad day happens when, like, you know, they're spot on, you know what I mean? And like, I'm sitting there like, hey man, you know, the next thing you know, I'm in the freaking trenches with them. And then who's going to save both of us? You know what I mean? Like, now we need like 2 boats, you know?
And that's exactly what happened last time. Like, I was doing okay, and he was kind of struggling, but I'm like, you know what? Come here, I'll help you. Yeah, no, we both fell.
Yeah, because most of the time, siblings are most of the time drug buddies. Like literally, like me and my brother, we're a toxic bunch. We are just a toxic bunch. We would get, you know, do whatever, and we feed off each other. Like siblings feed off each other. It could be good, it could be bad, but we feed off each other because we have that blood, the DNA that like makes us like tick that way, you know. And it could be with other people too, but mostly it's siblings, and I've noticed that a lot, you know. So
yeah, and that's all we've ever done together, like, is used together. I really don't remember any sober moments together.
Right. And neither does he. So that's what will be expected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I only have like 4 months, so I'm nervous. Like, I'm not, that's too soon.
yeah, Yeah, you definitely want to protect yourself. So
You're sober enough, Allie, to listen to your gut at this point.
Yeah, and that's what's going to be the most important thing for you moving forward, because I'm sure it's going to come up again sometime, you know. Then you'll have to hit him with the, hey, you know, I love you, but I can't have this in my life, and that's just, it's that simple. I'm protecting myself.
so I'm gonna read.
But if you want to get some resources, you can reach out to the Hope Shot, and we'll get them plugged into something.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I was nervous as hell.
No, we're glad you did. We're glad you did.
Like we just told the other guy, man, we're still nervous doing this sometimes.
Yeah.
It gets
Thanks, guys.
better. Thank you.
I
Thank
appreciate
for
you.
coming.
Appreciate
Awesome.
you too.
Thank you, Allie.
So I'm gonna read a few of these comments real quick, man. We got one guy up here, man, that I wanted to shout out. We got Steve, man, who's new here. There he is. Where you at, man? Somewhere up here. Here we go. Hey, Steve, man, thank you for being here. You know, thank you for commenting. It's cool to have new people, man, show up. It's awesome. Let's see. There's a few things. Oh, Johnny, yeah, Gayla loved your artwork behind you. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Um,
it's Grateful Dead stuff.
yeah, right. Just like your shirt, kind of.
Yeah.
She also said, "I love that. What a great question to ask yourself. What are my intentions?" And I'm going back up, so it might not match what we've been talking about, but yeah. And I also seen Bodie on here. What's up, Bodie? Hey, man, message us if you want that shirt, man. Just message us, man. I'll get you plugged into it. Let's see. We got
There's a good one here from Mike Gonzalez. Don't take away people's chance at change by taking their pain away.
bam.
That's what we were just talking about.
Yes. Let's see. We got Maurice says, hello. Hope everyone's doing good. My name is Maurice, and I'd like to make new friends here. I don't mind to send. Let's I need to read them before I put them up.
Come join us, Maurice. Go like
yeah.
our page.
Yes. Let's see. We got Katie. She says, I used to think my drug dealer was my best friend. Man, I was wrong.
Oh, me too, Katie.
They are,
man.
Yeah.
Boy.
He was the only one that would still talk to me.
Yeah, me too.
We got Laura, man. What's up, Laura? Hope you're doing well. She said the advice that comes from you guys is top notch. Thank you so much.
It's all recycled. It's all been told to us, and that's how we learned it.
Literally recycled. Well, and you guys got anything else on relationships? You guys good? Everybody good? Feeling
done with relationships.
Damn, that was quick.
Does anybody else want to jump on?
Yeah, we're open to bring some people in, man, for sure.
Does anybody else want to jump on with us, man, and share where you're at? I can put the link one more time, I believe. Let's do it one more time. Who wants to comment? Michael Gonzalez. You want to come on, bro? I know you screaming. I see you comment like 3 or 4 times, bro. I know you screaming to come on. Just do it, bro.
He might be working.
Not commenting, he ain't. All right, Dustin said he'll come on, not to talk about relationships. Well, we have a relationship, bro. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
Huh? Friends. It doesn't have to be,
It doesn't have to be intimate, Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin. Damn, that was intimate, bro. And if not, man, we'll call it a day. I'm gonna wait like 5 more minutes, and I'm out.
All right, so we can kind of branch it into a little bit of the emotional sobriety idea, which really goes hand in hand with relationships. I'm jumping right back in.
Michael said, "How do I do it?" Shit, I ain't scared. There's a link up above, Mikey. If you scroll up a couple, you'll see the Hope Shot with the blue StreamYard. Click on that, and Justin will let you in.
Hey, Dustin says, you called me Justin the other day. Listen, I think highly of you, bro. Like, come on.
We could call him Dustin Credible.
Yeah, it's so close to my name. Like, I was tired. I didn't eat well. I didn't sleep well. The sun, I got too much sun. I mean, what do you want? I'm gonna keep going. Oh, shit. Let's see. Mike says in Park, NYC.
I'm in the park.
NYC. Oh man,
Nice.
lovely. I'm in my house in Spring Hill, so there's that. All right.
I'm in Ocala.
Oh, there he is, my ladies and gentlemen.
What's happening, fellas?
Hey,
Hey.
You got to
What's
put up
good?
with me. I'm in the park, so I'm walking around New York City. So
What park you in?
Thompson Square.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
not bad. It's not a bad gig, A lot of
Yeah.
people. A lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's New
Yeah,
York.
it's popping at night.
Yeah, man. It's you know what? New York is a great place, man. It's a great place. It helps you get in touch with for me it puts me in the spot of you got to learn to be nice.
And
patience.
New
and
York's a
time.
hard place to do it.
Because nobody's really nice, but when you look them in the eye and smile, some of them are.
Yeah,
So.
it comes out. Yeah, you crack
Yeah.
them that way.
Yeah, man, it's not a bad deal, man. I've actually I spend my days walking around and talking to people, so it's not
Your hat's probably not helping in the park, Mike.
Oh, I do that on purpose. It's a topic of conversation that gets the door open, man.
Yeah.
Not everybody over here is that mean. They just want to know, are you from LA? And then that brings up conversation and opens the door, because I didn't used to be that guy. I didn't want to talk to any of these bastards.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I didn't want nobody to look at me. I didn't, I gave you the fuck you vibes.
Put the mask on.
Yeah,
What shifted, Mike?
I got tired of being miserable, man. That's the truth.
Amen.
That's the truth. I got tired of hurting. I was tired, honestly. I mean, relationships, guys. I mean, like let's be real. I've been through the whole gamut in the last 3 years. I heard Mike talk about controlling, and I hate to sit here and be the first to admit it, but everything that I did in my relationship with my ex-wife, whether it was intentional or not, or whether I knew it at the time, man, it was controlling. Everything about my relationship was not healthy. It was getting healthy, but it wasn't where it was supposed to be. And today my relationships with people are pretty transparent, man. And my wife, my current wife now, is I've never had this kind of relationship. I used to go on the road and work and be worried and scared and missing my family, and I miss my family naturally, but it's a whole lot different now. I can relax now. I'm not so stressed, and I don't feel guilty about leaving and providing for my family, because I have a relationship with my wife now where, it's simply communication, man, and it's not that hard. But I learned that through misery and pain, man.
We usually do.
Yeah, and trust, man. Trust is a big one.
I mean, I heard you talking about the phone thing, man, and me and my wife, we both have our passcodes and our faces on our phones. Like, we can open each other's phones, and like, that's the transparency I have in my life now. I don't care. Like, if somebody needs to read my phone, there it is, But I think that you hit it on the money, man. When if somebody has to live like that, then you're doing something wrong, And I don't have to. It's just there. It's something that we know, that we have that transparency. And I learned that through misery and pain, man. Like, I didn't have the type of relationship I thought I had with my ex, and that's hard to look at, man. It's hard to own. It's hard to own your shit, Like, hey, I was controlling, and I whether I meant it or not, man, I was still doing it. Whether it was intentional, it doesn't matter. I did it, and I had to clean up that behavior. These are all behaviors that were learned, man. I didn't get born with these behaviors. They're all bad behaviors that I learned, and through the men in my life and women, because I have mentors that are women too, man. I have people that call me out on my shit, and that's the most important thing I think that I've found. Through my journey, guys, I've had a lot of people in my life that wouldn't tell me the truth. And that's bullshit. So I don't surround myself with people like that anymore. If somebody can't tell me the truth, then what's the point of communicating with them? That's really how I look at it now. And but I've only gained that by misery, man. Mike said it a minute ago. He said, man, I cut all the drama out of my life. Like, I could relate. Like, you got to ghost people, man. You really got to take a stand for yourself. And we sit here and we regurgitate all the stuff that was told to us by somebody that probably had about 10 more years than us when we met them. You know, so we like literally, and those of us that have stuck around and ventured off into the next lane, and we've all watched each other grow, man. Like I think it's amazing. I remember when Mike came in. I remember when Johnny. I mean, and now Justin. Like it's amazing. Like it sucks too because I'm old now. That's what I'm realizing.
I'm right behind you, brother.
Damn it.
Johnny's ahead of me.
Yeah, it sucks. But
I'm behind y'all.
like that's the truth though, guys. Is like I have relationships that matter today. I can jump on here and I know everybody on here now, and I know you guys intimately. I'm building a relationship with Justin. I've watched you on this thing almost what 2-3 times a week, so I getting to know you without even actually knowing you. But
it's all a facade, bro.
Like that's the thing, man. Like I didn't used to want to do this shit right here. I didn't want to talk to anybody, guys. And you know what? I think through the misery and the pain, I'm becoming a nicer person. I don't look like fuck you anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I can walk through the park and it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
Hell yeah.
beautiful, man. It's beautiful. We appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys, man. You guys do a lot more for me than you realize.
Yeah.
You guys all getting your shit together, like, oh my god, you guys don't even understand what that does to. Like it
And I know exactly what that means now, man, to see it.
You saw me and Johnny early on, man, and we had no fucking idea who we were or who we even wanted to be at that point.
And even back then, Michael, I'll have to say, you were sort of an animal, and I was attracted to that.
I get that too, man. I get that 100%. You know what? Who told me that today was my damn psychiatrist. Told me, he said, you know, you don't have to always be the alpha male.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He told me that, and I'm like, man, that really sat with me because I really work on trying not to be that anymore. And
Me too.
like, but that was attractive to me early on, guys. Like, man, and thank God though, right?
Yeah.
Honestly,
It
thank
was
God.
because it was the only language I spoke at that time.
Yeah.
Mike, being that alpha male probably tied into some of your patterns in your relationship, correct?
Everything. Like it's disgusting is what it does. What it does to me. What it did to me. I can't really speak for everybody else, but I know for me, look, man, there were some ugly things about myself that I had to go through with the divorce. You know, when you go through a divorce and you have another person kind of judging you, because that's what the judge does. You know, and you got to put everything on the table, especially when kids are involved. You got to put all the truth out there. Like, man, like talk about truth, you know. And it hurt, but it benefited me in the long run.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I feel like certain things that we're attracted to and at certain times of recovery, we needed it at that time too, you know? So it worked for that time. And then we grew out of that time, and then it goes into something else, and we're attracted to something else. We grow out of it. We grow up in this thing.
Grow out and grow into. Yeah.
And an important aspect in it is the pattern that I'm seeing is that we're not holding on to the resentment, right? So we're not holding on to fuck that person. We're all coming from a place of what did this person teach me, right? Which is a whole different outlook on stuff. And
you know,
yeah.
What you just said though, you know, it brings me to my wife is the one that brought that lesson to me, you know, because now I have the communication with my ex-wife. We all laugh and talk, and you know, my kids are going to get to see their mom again. Like it's amazing what happens when you know, you got to unchain the heart a little bit and let the guard down, let other people heal. You know, people make mistakes, and you know, it takes other people to get you to see that. Like I would have never seen it, guys. I don't care how many meetings I went to and how many therapists I went to go see. It wouldn't have came to me unless it was presented the way my wife did it. You know, because she has been there and she's been through that with her family, so she has the experience. And you know, I listen to her just the way we all learn. Like no suit and tie is going to tell me how to do something if they've never been there.
yeah.
You know, so it really helped me. And you know, thank God, because now, you know, you get to co-parent like adults, man. And that's a huge thing. There was no relationship for 3 years. And now there's a relationship amongst all of us. Mm-hmm. And I can't take any credit for that. Like I just show up, you know what I mean? I just show up and I'm willing to cry and I'm willing to laugh. And, you know, here I am in the park. I'm a bunch of tough guys around me, but I want to cry, you know, because we get to do this kind of shit, man. Like, it means something to me.
Yeah.
And
our wives and significant others, man, they see all of it. You know what I mean? I can be whoever I want when I'm out there, professionally or personally. My wife sees it. You know what I mean? So they're naturally, with
Thank God they love us for it, huh?
Right? Thank God.
most days.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hey man, thanks Mike for
Yeah,
jumping
it's
on
awesome
here.
to see you, Mike. Awesome.
Love you,
Likewise,
brother.
guys, man. I
Thank you,
appreciate
man.
you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You guys are helping a lot more people than you realize, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you taking the time.
Good to
Appreciate
see
you
you,
guys.
man.
Love you, man.
Love
Be
you,
safe.
man.
Be safe out there.
Absolutely.
So guys, thank you for being here tonight. This is a wrap for tonight.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. We're going to have Addiction to Success back on. If you guys signed up on the form, we're going to be calling you. Me and Johnny are going to be calling you to
Little
get
quick
you guys
screening
set up.
process.
Yeah, a little screen process, a little screen. But if you guys do want to, if you haven't signed up and you want to, I'm going, after we're done with this live, I'm going to go throw it into the chat or into the comments, and you guys can sign up if you want to. If not, you'll find it on the top of our page. Just click on that, and then you could go sign up, and we can get you on here on Sundays to share with us, or you can share your story on Wednesday nights, Addiction to Success. We want everybody, anybody, all different walks. It doesn't matter if you even don't think you can do it anyways. Like, it really is freeing. It changes you. Like, it helps you so much just by going through that fear and doing it anyways. And I'm telling you, it's helped me so much. Johnny, I'm sure you can say the same. Coming on here and doing this every week, it really does change something inside you and makes you better at public speaking. So if you guys want to sign up, I'm going to put it in the comments.
If you could kindly, quickly shoot over to YouTube and subscribe to our page, we would appreciate it. We're trying to grow our YouTube page.
Yes.
So we would appreciate that.
All right, guys. Well, love you guys. Thank you for being here. Good night.
Awesome meeting.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.